If we want to simplify, just like we would do with fractions, we're trying to get rid of a common factor. If these two things could both be divided by the same thing, we would reduce it that way. So that's what we're going to try to find. When you simplify a rational expression, we'll do the top and the bottom separately. What you're doing is factoring them. On the top, if I'm going to factor this, anytime you factor, you look for what do they have in common. I have x minus 1. Do the x and the 1 have anything in common? One person says no. They do have one thing in common. They both have a 1. 1 will never help us. There is nothing helpful that they both have in common, so we will just write x minus 1. On the bottom, I have 5x minus 5. Raise your hand if you see something those have in common that I can factor. Kimmy? Yeah, they both have a 5. But here's the deal. When I take out the 5, we haven't done this since about the middle of December. When I take out the 5, it means that I am dividing everything by 5. So this becomes 1x minus 1. At this point, now that I have factored this, something should look interesting here. Something should look like it's worth pointing out. Can someone raise your hand and tell me, looking at what we have now, our new numerator and denominator, what looks like it's probably worth pointing out? Colton? Yes. It says x minus 1 here. It says x minus 1 here. This part's extremely important. I want everyone listening. To cancel things out, to find factors that match, factors that will cancel, it has to be the entire polynomial. X minus 1 is one entire polynomial. X minus 1 is an entire polynomial. They will cancel each other. This is not x canceling x. This is not minus 1 canceling minus 1. It is the entire polynomial x minus 1 canceling the entire polynomial x minus 1. All I have left right now is nothing on top and a 5 on the bottom. What am I supposed to put on the top if nothing is there?
1.
A lot of people would think that it's 0 because we've been doing a lot of things where when something disappears entirely, it's 0. But look at the math behind this. A fraction bar is the same thing as division. So when I've canceled these, I'm really doing x minus 1 divided by itself. What is anything divided by itself? It's a 1. So I will put a 1 on top. And we can just claim this as a rule. If you cancel everything on the top, you're going to put a 1. That's it. We simplified it. But there's an extra step that we have not yet talked about.